On September 21st, 2022, a Forsyth County Sheriff's deputy tried stopping a black motorcycle with no tag. Instead of pulling over, the rider flipped an obscene hand gesture at the deputy and took off. Due to pursuit policy restrictions, deputies couldn't chase, but they knew exactly who to call: the Georgia State Patrol.
795 coming. We 1080, black motorcycle, no 28s, McGinnis Ferry, Union Hill.
It was definitely a sport bike, fast, nimble, and pushing the limits. But behind that bike was a Georgia State Trooper, and from that moment, the ride wasn't about speed anymore. It was about how quickly this chase was going to end.
Coming notified Forsyth County. Turning down the side street into a storage lot, towards a storage lot. 1050, 1050.
Get off the ground! Get on the ground right now! Get on the ground! Get on the ground, man! Get on the ground, man! Hell's wrong with you? Get your hands behind your back! Get them behind your back!
The suspect ignored commands until the trooper holstered his weapon and moved in with backup to take him down. Ossendorf had no valid driver's license, revoked from a previous fleeing case, and bragged that he'd keep running from police in the future. Deputies linked him to multiple incidents in the past week where he'd taunted and evaded them. He was medically cleared, then booked on 7 citations and a felony warrant. His motorcycle, with an illegal exhaust and worn-out tire, was impounded. For a 17-year-old, it was already a dangerous pattern, and this time it ended in cuffs. On June 9th, 2024, what began as a calm day in Arkansas turned into one of the most talked-about motorcycle chases in the state's history. It started when a rider was spotted without required safety gear. Moments later, the trooper lit up his patrol car, and from that point on, the quiet day was over.
It's like an Asian male. We're passing Marshall from Roseville. Coming up to Ridgeway. Right on Midland. Correction, straight on Midland. I'm bumping up to 6. 36. Alright, he's in the ditch, and he began passing North Pig.
The first pit attempt should have ended it, yet the suspect stayed on 2 wheels. Soon would came the second. Each one narrowly escaped. You could replay this chase and count every time the trooper tried to finish it. But the truth is, what you're about to witness is unlike anything you've ever seen before.
Crossing North 6, from North End North. back on Midland. We're gonna right. Gonna be heading towards the downtown area if we stay right.
Okay, back on Midland.
Past North M. We're passing the Wide Awake Cabinet to North A. Correction, North B. He's on the red light and proceeding through. We're coming right in front of the police department.
This is from TV.
Behind the jail. Cornell.
The motorcyclist darted into a parking lot where a fresh wave of pit maneuvers was about to unfold. But don't worry, because this was just the beginning.
Headed back to Wheeler. We're in a parking lot here. Still behind the jail. Going in circles in a parking lot. Headed back towards Wheeler. South O. Speed's 110. We're passing the Dollar General South Y. Alright, notify Oklahoma. We're right on 0.
Watching this, you'd think the chase might never end, but fresh units were closing in, ready to throw everything they had at stopping this maniac on a motorcycle. By now, this pursuit had blown past the point of control, and every second on the road was a gamble with someone's life.
How's your traffic? Light traffic. We passed through the Briars right now.
Going through a red light.
Air Force 7 got the lead. We're coming up to Garrison.
It seemed the only way this chase would end was if the rider made a mistake, and that moment finally came. One curve taken too fast sent him skidding out of control. He hit the ground, scrambled to get the bike upright, but the troopers were already there, ending it before he had a chance to run again.
Work it out, Dakota. I'm trying to take it back up. I'm walking in, I'm coming up behind you.
Get out, hey, get down.
Oh, because of that?
Because of that? You're meter. That's it.
I'll throw that on the ground and stomp on it.
When I got it, I've been on my hand. Yeah.
The rider was finally taken into custody, ending the chaos. You can see the frustration on the troopers' faces, and who could blame them? If he hadn't lost control, this could have turned into a chase lasting hours. One thing's certain, he won't be climbing onto a motorcycle again anytime soon. On July 10th, 2025, Trooper Blaine Lucas was southbound on Kerr Station Road when a motorcycle with 2 riders passed him. The passenger, later identified as Randy Weller Jr., kept glancing back, clearly warning the driver, Michael Zuber III, that a trooper was trying to stop them. At first, Zuber gave the illusion he might pull over.
I was about to say, don't you do it, bro. .37, let her rock. North Northbound through campground. It's a white male, black t-shirt, black shorts.
Copy.
If you would notify Cabot, see if they've got any units that can assist.
Hold service.
In seconds, speeds in the 30-mile-per-hour residential zone exploded past 100 miles per hour. He blew through stop signs, braked hard in corners, and narrowly avoided losing control on multiple turns.
Northbound 55 past Liberty.
Northbound past Liberty, 55.
There was a white male jumped off around. Wrecked out.
Roll over. Roll over on your face.
Well, you just made it a lot worse for yourself.
The run ended when Zuber misjudged a right-hand turn, cut across the oncoming lane, and went straight into a ditch, laying the bike down and launching himself into the grass. Trooper Lucas moved in and quickly put him in custody. Zuber admitted he fled because he had a meth pipe on him, later found hidden in his underwear, and claimed he was just nervous around law enforcement. Tests showed clear signs of recent meth use, and his license was already suspended for DWI. He was booked on multiple felony and misdemeanor charges, ensuring the ride he borrowed from a friend in rehab would now end with jail time instead of open road. It was October 13th, 2022. What began as a routine traffic stop in North Little Rock turned into one of the most shocking moments ever caught on a state police dash cam. A trooper tried to pull over a motorcycle with no visible license plate, but instead of stopping, 38-year-old Christopher Gaylor twisted the throttle and took off, reaching speeds close to 100 miles per hour through residential streets.
Coming up to South Interchange. Passing Curtis Sykes. Speeds 100.
While on the highway, the suspect pushed his motorcycle to a blistering 130 miles per hour. But after a while, he took an exit, and from that moment on, the clock began ticking toward an ending no one could have predicted.
Coming up on Highway 176. He's driving in the oncoming lanes, back on the eastbound side on Highway 176.
One direction.
We're westbound, coming up on Allen Street.
Feeling the chase slipping away, the suspect ditched the motorcycle and bolted on foot, unaware to the trooper that strapped to his back was a full gallon of gasoline, and the most dangerous twist of the night was seconds away.
He's on foot. He crashed out.
I'll be on foot and crashed out.
He's on fire! He's on fire!
Canberra Street. Franklin 45th and Chandler.
He's on fire right now.
Right now. 10-4.
Be on the ground.
Troopers closed in and one deployed a taser. The electrical charge punctured the canister, igniting a massive fireball that engulfed him instantly. In an instant, the pursuit scene became a fight for survival, with troopers rushing in to put out the flames and render aid. Miraculously, Gaylor's burns were mostly superficial, and he is expected to make a full recovery. But his legal troubles are far from over. Felony fleeing, reckless driving, suspended license, and more. A chase that started over a missing plate ended in a blaze that no one could have seen coming. On January 21st, 2023, just after midnight on I-85, a single headlight cut through the darkness, closing fast at more than 110 miles an hour. What the trooper was about to find wasn't just a speeding motorcycle, it was a rider who had no intention of stopping.
Shut it off and drop the keys on the ground. Shut it off, drop the keys on the ground. Take the keys out and drop them on the ground. And then we're going back on the road. Yeah, we're 1080, Noonan, 1080. Come on, baby. Noonan, come up to the 51 marker. Left-hand lane right now. Turn on that bike if you got anything on it. Thank you.
Jose Luis weaved recklessly between lanes, hit triple-digit speeds, and ignored every attempt to force him to the shoulder. At times, he was moving so fast the trooper couldn't even confirm his speed. But when Ampuero slowed, the trooper was right there, accelerating hard and closing the distance as much as possible.
All right, Noonan, coming up to the 49 marker. All right, almost 1050 into the back of a car, coming up to the 48. Going in the shoulder. Noonan, he's in the shoulder. 1050, Noonan, 1050, bad 1050, Noonan.
Copy, 1050, start 1052.
As he approached the Bullsboro exit, his luck ran out. Ampuero shot across the gore, hit dirt, and the bike went down hard. In and out of consciousness, reeking of alcohol, Ampuero couldn't explain why he ran. His ride ended in a twisted heap on the roadside, and his night ended in the back of an ambulance, facing a long list of charges. On the night of July 25th, 2025, Corporal Daryl Hinton of the Pine Bluff Police Department was patrolling near Phyllis Street and Dollarway Road when he spotted a black moped with a broken taillight. The driver, later identified as Eddie Williams, initially appeared to comply with a traffic stop before suddenly taking off. As he turned onto South Richard Drive, he suddenly braked, causing the push bumper of Corporal Hinton's patrol vehicle to bump the rear tire of the moped. That's when Williams ditched the vehicle and sprinted into an open field. The foot chase stretched nearly 200 yards before Hinton managed to close the distance and bring him into custody without further incident. A search revealed 7 grams of methamphetamine in Williams' pocket, along with a suspended driver's license and multiple outstanding misdemeanor warrants. He was transported to the Dub Brussels Adult Detention Center, facing a long list of charges, both for his reckless flight and the drugs in his possession. On July 22, 2025, an Arkansas state trooper traveling westbound on Interstate 40 near the 145-mile marker spotted a black Harley-Davidson motorcycle bearing Texas plates weaving dangerously through slowed traffic. The rider, later identified as David Elisha Acosta, was wearing an orange shirt and splitting lanes, at one point coming dangerously close to striking the trooper's patrol unit. When emergency lights were activated, Acosta chose not to stop. He accelerated hard, blasting past vehicles on the shoulder at over 110 miles per hour. The pursuit tore westbound, with Trooper Landry joining near the 142-mile marker. Acosta's reckless riding included passing on the shoulder, weaving at triple-digit speeds, and ignoring every traffic law in his path. The trooper managed to close the distance, but with the motorcycle topping 100 miles per hour, a pit maneuver wasn't an option. Any contact at that speed would have been deadly for the rider.
I was slowing down here.
Coming up to the 130.
After the Mayflower overpass, he made a sudden, brazen move, stopping briefly, then riding the wrong way up an entrance ramp before heading southbound on State Highway 89. He blew past double yellow lines, cut through blind curves, and nearly hit other motorists before turning onto Peppers Pond Road.
Maybe you turn into this game of fish lake with the gravel road. 10-4. Stay to the left of these ponds.
Acosta crashed the motorcycle and bolted into the woods on foot. Despite drones, K-9 units, and officers combing the area, The only thing recovered at first was his helmet, until a report came in of a muddy, shirtless man walking along Highway 89. Game wardens spotted and detained the man, who was confirmed as the fleeing suspect. Near the crash site, Trooper Landry recovered a black Ruger 9mm handgun. Acosta later admitted to lane splitting, but was also found to have no motorcycle endorsement, no license, expired Texas registration, and no insurance. He now faces a stack of charges, including fleeing, reckless driving, and multiple licensing violations. On August 2, 2025, Trooper Nash Thomas spotted a black motorcycle tearing northbound down State Highway 1 just south of Caraway Road, clocked at a blistering 101 miles per hour in a 55 zone. The rider, later identified as 27-year-old Riley McCarthy, briefly slowed but then twisted the throttle again, showing no intention of stopping.
.545 Georgetown, 545 white male, gray t-shirt, brown pants. Still northbound, going through Fox Meadow, traffic's medium, speed's 100. White male with a beard.
Southwest Rescue Call is suspended. Riley McCarthy, 916-855-464.
Just went north through Parker Road, ran the red light.
When Trooper Thomas activated his lights and siren, McCarthy responded by passing vehicles on the shoulder, threading through tight gaps, and blowing past intersections at triple-digit speeds. Near Parker Road, he nearly rear-ended a vehicle before blasting through a red light without hesitation.
Oncoming traffic right now. Eastbound, I'm about to Chuck E. Cheese, speed's about 80, medium traffic. Spot wreck, turn south on Blunt. Stupid.
The biker tried to dart through a grassy field, but with nowhere left to go, he lost control and dumped the bike at low speed. In seconds, Trooper Thomas had him under arrest. And judging by the look on the trooper's face, McCarthy was about to hear exactly what happens when you take a motorcycle to triple-digit speeds against the Arkansas State Police.
Did you not see it was state police that you were running from?
What?
Did you not see it was state police that you were running from?
I was just trying to... Ford, tell me, what are you about?
Have you ever been arrested for a felony?
My license is suspended.
Okay. Have you ever been arrested for a felony? What I'm getting at here is you turned a ticket into a felony. It really was. You put yourself in danger.
Rush. Just whenever you get off training, just give me a call.
He was booked into the Craighead County Detention Center on charges including fleeing, substantial risk of death, reckless driving, speeding, driving with a DWI, no interlock device, no insurance, and multiple motorcycle operation violations.